Okay, welcome back. Got a long story for you, and it's a vice story, and it's kind of, I shouldn't say kind of, it is gross. This is a gross one. So, take your children out of the room, minors out of the room, maybe even your female companions, because this is really, really a gross one. It really is, okay? And this is the seedier side of vice. Try to cut it down a little bit. Work in a heavy prostitute area, and we thought we'd go out and get a twofer. In other words, my partner and I would both get in the car and see if we could pick up two, because there was a lot of them around. So we rented a piece of junk car. We looked like we were from Mexico, and we drove down and looking for these ladies. So we saw two ladies down in the corner, and we pull up next to them, and they got right in the car. So we had signals. Excuse me. Signal was whoever got a violation, money for sex, would cough. Okay, that was our signal. So we're good to go. So we get them in the car, and we're driving down the street, and I hear my partner cough. Okay, so I'm good. He's got his violation in the back seat. So I'm talking to my girl, and she's talking, and all of a sudden she says, "Let's do them now." And she reached into her purse, and I'm looking over there at her purse, and out comes a knife. Okay, and I hear a scuffle in the back seat, and I figure that's what's happening back there. So I immediately slam on the brakes and grab her hand, and now I'm fighting her, and I'm slugging her, trying to slug her in the face. Okay, and she's screaming. Okay, she's got a knife. She's screaming. And I'm yelling police officer. She didn't hear me. Okay, so the car hits a curve and stops. She tries to get out. I've got a hold of her wrist. I'm not letting go of that wrist with that knife. We roll onto the street, and I'm on top of her now, and she rolls on her face, and I'm on top of her, and I'm yelling back, "Are you okay, partner?" And he goes, I'm okay," because he's doing the same thing. I didn't know this. So as this is happening, we finally got him down, and I can't let go of her because she's got a knife in one hand, and I can't get to my handcuffs because I have to hold her. She's very wiry girl, lady, and she's trying to get away the whole time, and she's screaming rape the whole time. Okay, of course. And so I'm yelling at police. Well, all of a sudden I hear a shotgun being chambered. I look up and I see headlights and I see boots. Well, it's the police. Okay, and they go, "Put your hands up, put your hands up," and I'm yelling to him, "I'm the vice cops. We're vice cops. Let me see some ID." "I have no ID. Just come up here and get her." And my hands are right here. So I see all those kinds of, I can't see above my face. All I can see is boots. So all these boots come out, and they grab her and they grab me, lift me up, and I got my hands up. Okay, I'm doing what I'm told. And I said, "My ID's here," so they get my ID out. As soon as they find my ID, of course, my hands are down. And they cuff these ladies, and they're screaming the whole time. They're screaming. There's a couple knives on the ground, and I found out that my partner, she did the same thing to him. He was pulling a knife out at the same time. So these are robbers. These aren't just prostitutes. They're robbing prostitutes. So take them to the station. This particular station had a huge holding tank where we put our people in there before we take them to the jail. So we put them in there. So we're doing the paperwork. That patrol station sergeant comes over to our sergeants and my partner and I and says, "Hey, those two ladies in there are yours, right?" "Yeah." He goes, "Follow me." "What?" So we walk around, and there's all glass with a bench on the back of this holding tank. They're standing up on this bench, yelling for us to come and get them. They want to fight. They're like, "Come on, come on." And he goes, "Get them out of my jail." And we're looking inside, and the glass has been smeared with reddish fluid. Okay, we look on the floor, and these ladies had removed their napkins, and they had rubbed it on the window. Okay, I mean, you talk about gross. Okay, I mean, this is bad. So the four of us, myself, we have to go in there and get these gals. We're responsible for them. We have to put them in the jail. That's our job. This is just a holding facility. So the jailer opens that door, and we rush them. Well, you can imagine there's a smell. The floor is slippery and sticky, and they're fighting. So now I've got one, my partner and I have one, the other supervisors have another one, and everybody's struggling with these gals, and we're rolling around the floor. Everybody's getting covered with, I can almost smell it. Okay, finally get them handcuffed. They're screaming. We wrap their legs in a restraint so they don't kick us. Pick them up, basically like a side of beef, and take them out to our cars, and then we caravan to the women's jail. Okay, place stunk. I mean, just unbelievable. And so, let me back up. But before we left, the sergeant of the station said, "You have to clean this cell," because the custodian came in there apparently, took one smell, he started vomiting. He was gone for the night. He was done. Okay, he saw those napkins. He was done. So we had to clean it up. So we got this buckets of water and ammonia, literally almost straight ammonia, and we're wiping down the glass and cleaning because they had no custodian, and ultimately we're responsible for this because it's our arrestees. So we helped get it clean a little bit. We cleaned it pretty good, I thought. You know, got the smell out of there. Now it smells like ammonia and water. But so then we did that, and then we took them to the jail. Well, this jail is a huge place up on a hill. It's basically almost like a prison. Got big walls, got these huge doors that cars drive through, and then you drive up to an entrance to the actual jail. So usually what you do is you pull up and you talk on the intercom and say, I got you know, an arrestee, and they come out and get your guns and you lock them up, and then they go in. Well, I pulled up there and I go, we got 2 combative arrestees here. We cannot leave one officer in the car. So they go, okay, go ahead and go in. So we drive in. They let us go in. Well, in the entryway to the jail, out comes 4 sheriffs, because the sheriffs run the jails. 4 of the biggest lady sheriffs I've ever seen. Okay, I'm 6'4". Each one of them was at least 6'1". Okay, huge. I mean, just buffed. 1 black lady and 1 black lady. I think it was 3 Caucasian ladies, all standing there like this. You know. And they go, and then they said, "Are these the bitches?" This is what the sheriff said. Okay, and I'm going, "Yes, ma'am." They scared me, man, right now. So she goes, "Okay, open the door." So open the door, and we had 2 cars there. So the first one, I was in the first car. We opened the door. And they just reached in, grabbed her, and just basically carried her in there like a sack of potatoes. Back door opened up. The second female, sack of potatoes. So once they're in there, our supervisors, they left because they don't need us anymore. So we walked in to finish the processing, and they sat one down. And they're yelling at them like drill instructors. They're going, "This is our place now. You're in the sheriff's department." I mean, they're just giving them a riot act. And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." Okay, they take one girl up, walk around this wall, because we can't be around the wall because that's where they strip search the females. So we're standing on the other side of this little wall. We see her around the wall, and all we hear is boom, bam. Not slapping. We hear wall banging. They're banging her off the wall. Boom, boom. And you get your clothes off. They're screaming at her. Oh my gosh. So then we're going, whoa. Well, you know what? That's not us. It's their responsibility. It's their house, okay? So after about maybe 3 or 4 minutes of clothes coming out, they have a bag where they're putting the clothes in, her clothes in. Out she comes now with an orange dress, the smock for the jail, an orange jail dress. And then this black sheriff says, "You got something to say to these officers?" "Yeah, I'm sorry." "Okay." She walks away. And the other girl's looking, the other arrestee's looking, same thing. Pick her up, carry her around the corner, boom, bang, boom. You know, yelling at her, calling her all kinds of names. She comes out. "I'm sorry, officers." I said, "Okay, ma'am." So she goes, so they walk away, and then all 4 of them come out. They go, "Oh, they want no trouble out of these 2 anymore." I'm going, I guess not. These women are huge. So they smiled, and because that's what they do. They're the ones there to take care of these fighters. And so they thanked us, and we thanked them. I really thanked them. I said, "Boy," and then they go, "You fought these bitches?" That's what they use. I go, "Yeah, you know, they had knives. They tried to rob us." "Whoa, really? We'll have to make sure and no to that." I said, "Yeah, they're robbers. They're not just straight prostitutes." "Oh, okay." So off they went. Okay, so then I'm trying to make the story short as possible. So we finished our assignment there a couple days later. We went back to our division, and we get a call from our captain, and we go in his office, and there's 2 detectives there from this other division, the division we arrest these ladies at, and they're there with a commendation. And we thought, oh, well, you know, we got a couple. And they go, no. They said, "This is not a routine commendation. These gals have been robbing tricks for like 6 months. They've got like 15 victims of robberies with these ladies, and they never could give us names, obviously. All they give us is descriptions." So we went out the last week, the next morning, we went out with their photographs to all these victims and showed them and identified these 2 gals that were robbing us. So we got them for like 15 robberies, okay, with all these guys that were buying them for the hour or whatever, they're prostitutes, and they were robbing these guys. They're robbing like crazy, and they said they were surprised that nobody had been hurt, because usually what happens is they go to the next level. If somebody resists at first, they just slap them because they have a knife. Later on, they stab them. You know, criminals get worse and worse as they get bolder as they commit the crimes. So they were surprised. Then we told them what they did to us, because we wrote our report. He goes, "Man," he said, "you guys are lucky." I said, "Yeah, I mean, if we had hesitated," he goes, "No, you can't. You guys are very lucky." So they gave us accommodation for solving all these crimes, and everybody's happy. My captain's happy. We're feeling pretty good. Feel good of ourselves. And partner and I responded quickly and didn't get hurt. And we really didn't hurt them. I mean, it was just basically a wrestling match, and everything turned out really well. So that's my Bang Rob story, and I hope you liked it. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.